Let's talk Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard's debut anniversary. And first and foremost, where does he rank in your all-time favourite Liverpool player list today?
It's a tough one. Favourite and best are different things, aren't they?
Yes, that's why I said favourite.
He's definitely the best. I'm buying time. I don't know if he's my favourite because like I almost like the people who aren't as good. I don't know, like favourite's different. He's up there. You know what? He probably is the favourite. He was the favourite of the era where I was properly getting into footy. So the poster boy on my walls kind of thing was Michael Owen. Yeah. Robbie Fowler, Michael Owen. So it was like late 90s, early 2000s. And then by the time I was like, so the treble season stuff, Gerrard was just coming through. That was when I thought I was like this cool lad who was going to match in Lacoste trackies, and I'm too cool to have a favourite player. But
did you have Rockports with your tracky bottoms sucked into your socks?
I did not, but I did own Rockports for school, and I had like a Lacoste trackie and stuff.
Of course,
yeah, of course. But so the era of me really getting into footy and loving footy and going home and away every single week was dominated by that fella. And quite often for the part of it, he was carrying players who just didn't deserve to be on the same pitch as him. So for that reason, yeah, and luckily enough as well, it always helps when there's a bit of a privileged position. Like having met the fella, like I know he comes across sometimes as people like don't like him, and there's stories like he's a bit of an arsehole and stuff. I never got that. I've met him a couple of times. He was a sound lad, sound fella. So is he my favourite ever player? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't got an answer for that. Probably not because I fucking love some of the lads now.
Yeah,
that's the only difference.
It's funny how it happens so quickly because I was watching through there's a 37-minute video of Steven Gerrard goals on the Liverpool YouTube channel. 37 minutes. You can sit and watch just Gerrard score goals for Liverpool.
I'm wondering how Salah's is going to be. How long Salah's is going to be.
But it
could be like 2 hours.
But watching it back, it really transported me back to that time. And Gerrard, sort of around 2000 to 2003, no, 2000 to 2002, when it was skinhead,
angry Gerrard,
skinhead, angry,
but babyface still at the same time.
Yeah. The one who just was this like scouse lunatic in the middle of the pitch, and he didn't score loads of goals because he played a lot deeper, but he just had that thunderbolt of a shot on him. That was that everyone harks to 2005, 2006 Gerrard because that is peak. He was the best midfielder on the planet, in my opinion, at that time. But when I loved him the most was early 2000s, when he was just this bundle of energy, snapping people and then kicking really hard shots with his skin, a little scally, running around the pitch.
In a shirt that's too big for him. It was like slightly oversized, wasn't it?
He defo had Lacoste trackie and Rockport shoes, you know what I mean? At that time, that was me Gerrard. So I think that Gerrard is probably like Fowler. That Gerrard is my two favourites, so he's probably like.
I think
the three players for me are Gerrard, Fowler, and Carragher. They're the three of them, like, you know what I mean. And I think you can tell my biases by who my three favourite players are. They are all from Liverpool. They are, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've got those biases. Everyone's got biases.
Well, again, it's mad when people say things like,
it's easier to relate to people.
Yeah, of course.
And, you know, at the age when Fowler was breaking through, like, he was only a couple of years older than us. You know, you still had those dreams yourself, even though you knew it was never going to fucking happen. To see somebody do that was absolutely amazing. To be you on the football field and be better than everybody else in the league when he breaks through. So Steven Gerrard is, you know, for me, I think he's probably, over the course of his career, he's the best Liverpool player that I've watched.
Yeah.
I would say that Suarez had the best season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And was probably the heights that maybe will never be touched again from that 1 year. But even in the Suarez-Salah debate, I think Salah's a better footballer over the course of his Liverpool career because of what he was able to do. And these are all things that you've got to balance when you're looking at favourites and stuff. But ultimately, it's a lot easier to fall in love with a footballer when they're older than you. And I think that's where your favourites are always going to be slightly older than you.
He should be.
And he should be. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, a 50-year-old fella falling in love with Mo Salah is just a bit weird.
And the certain players who are I think, are a bit ageless, who were younger than you. So, like, Andy Robertson's a good example of that. He doesn't feel like a kid. You know, so it's harder for me to say, like, Trent would be my favourite footballer because I see him as a young kid who's come through, rather than like, you're looking up to people. I would never have had like a I wouldn't have a Trent shirt. Not that I'd have a Gerrard shirt now, but you know, to the point. And like Harvey Elliott,
but you did have a Gerrard shirt, probably. That's the difference, isn't it?
Exactly that kind of thing. And that's just, again, you're right. That's just a pure age thing, right? What we're gonna do is we are going to pick and create a definitive list, 1 to 5, of Gerrard's greatest ever goals. And people are going to wildly disagree with us, but we're going to see. We're going to decide, because people seem to think that we talk like we are the voices of authority on such things. So let's just pretend that's the case.
By the way, on this section, unlike every other section, I'm only talking for myself, not for Liverpool fans.
No, you're talking for every Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
We are unfortunately, sorry, Chris, we are the de facto voice.
This is the
for all
definitive list of Steven Gerrard's best goals.
Spoiler, it's not.
No, it is.
No,
it is.
Not today.
It is. It's sauce. He scored 100.
Get on the overlap, lad, and start talking about it, lad.
Yeah, he scored 186 goals for Liverpool.
He did. Most of them were brilliant.
His opponent that he scored most against,
Everton.
Aston Villa. 13
yeah.
against Aston Villa. Everton second with 10. Manchester United with 9. 9 against West Ham, 8 against Newcastle, 7 against Bolton. 178 of his goals came from starts, just 8 off the substitutes bench.
3 of them were in one game.
Was that what, Napoli?
Pretty hard to make, for fuck's sake, lads. Someone score goals.
120 goals in the Premier League, 30 in the Champions League, 15 in the FA Cup, 9 in the League Cup, 7 in the Europa League, 4 in the UEFA Cup, 1 in the World Club Championship.
How many from outside the box?
I don't know actually. 129 from open play, 47 penalties, 10 direct free kicks.
At least 10 then.
The spell of the game when he scored his most goals.
Ooh, 15 to 30.
61 to 75.
That was my next guess.
42 goals in that spell of a football match. Yeah, fascinating stuff. Okay, so
did you have an answer on outside the box?
No, I don't.
Can I just? We've got different definitions about fascinating. The minutes of the game thing, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll be honest. Yeah. I remember the goal, Steve Boss, but I'll be honest.
61 to 75.
There you go.
Fascinating.
What was his least spell?
Probably
1 to 15.
1 to 15, yeah, correct.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Absolutely fucking fascinating.
By comparison. Cool. Let's throw some goals out there.
Debut goal, Sheffield Wednesday. That dribble, that feint, that finish. Was it Sheffield Wednesday?
It was.
You're looking at me like it was
It
not.
was the debut. It was the word debut.
His debut goal.
His first goal.
West Ham is the obvious one. That's my
FA Cup final.
FA Cup final number. That's gonna be number 1 for me. The best technical goal was the Marseille goal. That is, like, there are very few players in the world who can score that goal. That is absolutely outrageous.
He scores that goal how Jordan Henderson crosses.
Yeah, exactly. From that position, everyone else just first time crosses and he scores. It's outrageous how good
it's
that
still
goal
talked
is.
about on watch-alongs when anyone does that. It's just like that goal that Gerrard scored.
That's out of this world good. You know, a different one as well. Remember the 4-0 against Everton when he scored the header from the corner?
Yeah.
I loved that goal because it was Gerrard once again just owning. I know he did it again later on. He scored the free kick, didn't he, again? But it was one of those moments where, like, it's a big game that Roberto Martinez's Everton have turned up and Liverpool on a hunt for the league title, and we fucking battered them.
Yeah.
And it started with, and it's like, how many goals did Gerrard score in the corner? That'd be fascinating if we could find that out. I know of one. Everton, because he used to take the corners. So the fact that he was in the box, it was a deliberate plan for Liverpool to get him on the end of it. And the emotion when he runs over to Suarez and he's made up. I remember being at that game with Dan Kennett, and it was such an unbelievable moment.
One of my favourite ones is 2001 Manchester United. Past Barthez.
From 30 yards.
And me, you and our mate Steve spent probably 2 weeks afterwards, every time we went to the park, trying to recreate that goal, and it is not possible because it is physics and biology defying. Because to normally get that amount of power, you need the ball out from under your feet, and he doesn't get the ball out from under his feet at all. It's so close to him to generate that power and that sort of backlift when the ball is about 6 inches in front of his foot. It's like Bruce Lee 1-inch punch type of thing that somehow you've managed to, like, soup yourself up and just ping it, and particularly because the context of it being Manchester United, of us just being in their shadow for so long, and we'd had some good, like, smash and grab games against them, but all of a sudden you had Gerrard like coming up on the rails, Scouse hero smashing shots in past them. That's got like that meant a lot to me. That goal.
A lot of it, because there's difference between like favourites and technical goals. Like some of the what is it, Middlesbrough? I think it's Middlesbrough from like a billion yards out on the right hand side. Like that is outrageous. That's unbelievable. And it was funny because watching that video you referenced before, and it just it's quite near the end, isn't it? Middlesbrough. It's like, oh yeah, Gerrard's just scored from 70 yards out from the right touchline against Middlesbrough. Oh yeah, that's just another goal. It's unbelievable how good that one is. Like there's loads of the Newcastle free kick when the lad is it Lucas who thinks taps it to him.
Oh yeah,
and he isn't
smashes
but he
it.
Isn't ready because Lucas tries
he steps back
because he's trying to get the wall to jump, and then he goes, oh okay, I best just run up here and put this, and then I think he went and knocked the DJ out as well, like straight after it. So that's all right.
So there's allegedly
oh yeah, he got off it, don't worry.
Yeah, that one in particular, and it's funny because certain strikes that like look great from the TV camera angle and look a little bit worse when you start to put them in different ones. That Newcastle one is the perfect example of a TV angle strike. It's just arrowed. People don't score those goals anymore. That is a very mid-2000s
There's
goal.
a look and a feel to those goals.
Yeah.
The ball moves differently now. It moves too much. That's the difference. Whereas they could hit those ones straight. There was another one that was very, very similar that I actually preferred, which was the Southampton one. Because it's a muddy pitch as well. And it's like he picks the ball up just on the edge of the centre circle, shifts it 5 yards forward. He's probably 35 to 40 yards out and just arrows it into the top bin. Exactly the same. The ball just, it looks like it's been hit from a driver in golf. And it just goes like that into the top bin. You don't get those goals now. It's fucking beautiful.
So, yeah, that thing of, it was like a technique that existed for a little while, that like roll it.
John Annabisa made a little bit of a career out of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely smashing it.
It was one of the things, again, in that they put it into Pro Evo, so you could press like L1 or whatever and have that happen, because it was the on vogue thing. It's like the draft excluder now, isn't it? How things are very much of their time in the Premier League, like everyone trying the Roberto Carlos free kick in the late 90s. That thing is such an archetypal Gerrard hit of hitting something pure, straight as an arrow, flying in the top corner, and it's one of the things that he lost in toward the tail end of his career. Like the Thunderbolt, he just didn't have that for like the last probably 3 or 4 years.
I think that's your body.
Yeah,
I think that it's much easier to curl a ball when you're a little bit older than it is to strike.
I mean, the one he done against City late on past Joe Hart, it was kind of reminiscent, wasn't it? It was the Gerrard of old.
Yeah.
Was it a League Cup game? I think I can't remember.
I think you could do it from 10 to 15 yards out, a little bit older in your life, but I don't think 30, 40 yards.
It's something Rafa Benitez said to me years ago about that. It's groin. So the groins weaken as you get older, and that's where you can't generate that kind of power anymore. So we had to change his technique, and it was sad because it reminded me, watching him score those, of the last like 13, 14, where he tries to pull it back out and he just doesn't have the muscle memory anymore because it's been that many years since he's had to do it. And so he has a late one on in the Chelsea game and he puts it over the bar and it goes nowhere near. And it's like the hero moments of it all.
We haven't even mentioned like Olympiacos here as well.
Yes.
Which is another
and Istanbul, of course.
And the thing with like when usually a lad shoots from 30, 40, 50 yards, it's usually like a hit and hope. But with Steven Gerrard, it wasn't a hope. It was like there's a very good chance he scores from this. Anyone else, if you're playing against the team, you'd be like, don't give a fuck if anyone shoot from there. Like if Kevin De Bruyne does it now, if I'd rather Kevin De Bruyne shoot from 50 yards than be on the edge of the box playing these amazing passes through. You just would. With Gerrard, teams could not let him shoot, so they had to, because he was that good at it. Like it wasn't hit and hope. It was an actual skill that he had. It wasn't just I'm just going to belt this one and goes in, because he did it so many. The Olympiacos goal, to go back, being in that stadium for that goal was, I'll never forget that as long as I live. It's up there with like, I was right behind, because I was in the Anfield Road above the Olympiacos fans with my little brother, and it's just one of those that it was the second Neil Mellor headed it to him, we knew he'd scored. Yeah. And like that doesn't happen. Everyone's cheering, everyone knows it's in, and obviously people relate to it now through the commentary, what it hits them. But I remember it from the stadium of my view, and I just remember, as soon as Carragher knocks it forward, Mellor knocks it down, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's going to fucking score this goal. Everyone knew straight away because he's Steven Gerrard.
The thing of it is as well, because yes, it did in the stadium thing, absolutely, but the amount of iconic commentary moments that Steven Gerrard is responsible for, and the three that stand out is that is Olympiacos, you've got Newcastle and Andy Grayson's top draw. In fact, no, it's a level above that. It's above the top draw. You know, he's got that, and you've got Clive Tilsley, hello, here we go for Istanbul. Absolutely, and even like again, the West Ham, you know, it's like stoppage time and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, you mentioned it. Just remember what you said. What's your favourite if you were
West
pressed?
Ham, because I was there, and that we went win the FA Cup. It was that simple. The lad, he couldn't walk, and there's no one else in the world. Again, go back to it. West Ham could head that ball out of that position to 500 different players, and they've won the FA Cup. But they knock it go if for some reason it falls to Steven Gerrard, and it's the fact it doesn't bounce. It bounces in the goal. It's just outrageous. And the moment in time, I again, was you at that game?
I was managing a pub in one of the worst days of my entire life. That was where it was working that. But to the point, I was the most stressed I've ever been in work, trying to manage a bar while that game was on. So Liverpool, I've been conceding goals and I'm having nightmare after nightmare. The whole day is the worst it could possibly be, and for Gerrard to then rescue that, it was like, and being in a compact bar that could not have had more people in it, and erupting on that was a huge moment.
And it's like, that's how, like I was thinking, if you're going to lose a cup final, they're going to score off a cross, and there's going to be an own goal, and your goalie's going to make a mistake that loud. Like, that's how you lose cup finals. Like, fuck it, is that what we're going to do? And it was so hot. It was boiling, and no one could run. No one could even walk. That's why he has to shoot. So yeah, that if I was making my list of top 5, that West Ham would be number 1 for me.
Yeah,
I think his first goal. I think it's for me, and I've never really thought about what his best goal was until today. And it's the way that he picks the ball up. He's never scored for Liverpool before. He played in Sheffield Wednesday. He dribbled past one man and then he shoulder feints for seconds and lets the ball roll past him. And that for me now is why it's probably my favourite. Is I've seen loads of people score the first goal to Liverpool, and I've seen them go on to not achieve a lot of stuff. But for that first goal to go on and set the tempo for his entire Liverpool career and everything that he could become, like that for me, it was just what a perfect way to start it all.
I remember where I was when I watched that. I was just at home in the living room watching it on telly. But that feeling of like, oh my God, he's a superstar. He's an absolute superstar, and it had so much Michael Owen vibe to it. You know what I mean? Michael Owen, Argentina. It's like, and that's what's like.
He's ours.
We've got another one. Oh my God, we've got another one who can just walk through a team and score a goal.
He shoulder feinted a Premier League centre back.
Well, he sent it
to the floor.
Well, he sends Des Walker the last one. He goes past right at the end on his arse. Who younger.
He was an England centre back. He was a good centre back. Des Walker. He's fast.
I got that feeling from the Man United Bartes one. I was like, oh my God, who's this fella? Like I know he'd been around for a while, and he'd been good.
I think I was at that game.
I definitely was.
Scored.
It was outrageous, and I was like, we've like this lad is special, because like that's Man United, and they've got they are the best, and this fella's running rings around them, and by the way, he can score from there. Yeah, I remember being in the ground that one thinking, wow.
2 honourable mentions for Merseyside derby at Anfield in, I think, 12-13.
Free kick.
The left-footed.
Oh no, when he dinks it over. The key, the American goalkeeper. Yeah.
Is that his hat-trick game?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Martin Kelly's involved in that, and then it breaks to him on the edge of the box, doesn't it? And he left-foots it over them.
Yeah.
And Howard looks like he pulls his arms out the way, but I think it might have gone past. Yeah, it's a good goal, that.
And
the other derby one, when he runs into the box and then Goodison.
Oh, and he does the ears.
Yeah, you're right.
Sticks the tongue out. That is the moment when I talk about Scally Gerrard.
I was at that one as well. They were throwing coins at him. That's why he done it.
Yeah. That was skinhead Scally Gerrard, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was at that one as well. I was in the Everton stand for that one. You know, that was in the days when you could go to the derby and sit in the same stand as Everton, and they were giving him pelts. He was playing right wing, and he gives it the tongue down the thing. Yeah, that was
that moment of you're at Goodison Park. You've given it the ears and decided that the ears aren't enough. You got to pull it. Oh yeah, the pure scal magic.
I remember the
Gerrard.
hat one that he used to sing the stuff, horrendous stuff out as kids, and he put the ball up his shirt and was doing all the stuff on his phone. Like he loved giving it to Everton fans. Even that one I referenced earlier, the header with Gerrard, the Suarez one, he gives the Everton fans the thing before he goes. Like he done it recently. They were even Villa manager, and they were giving him stick and he gave him a little wave and stuff. Like he always got the derby. He always got the derby, Gerrard. Yeah.
So I think by my count, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 suggestions.
We should have done a top 10, shouldn't we?
Yeah, well, no, that's rubbish. We put a poll, or Dan put a poll out, which is we're going to have an ultimate winner via the Twitter poll. We had 2 semi-finals. He put Olympiacos, Middlesbrough, Aston Villa 2007. That was the other one I was about to mention. Sorry, is the free kick opening day of the season. The free kick is perfection.
It's ridiculous.
It's up and down. It's above the crossbar and it comes down under the crossbar.
Perfect.
I love goals in white kits as well.
It starts 5 yards out. When you see the view from behind him and it's 5 yards away from the goal and you're like, I know this goes into the very top corner here. How does that happen?
Yeah. Man United 2001, which is the one we've talked about. AC Milan 2005. Hello, here we go. Everton 2001. West Ham 2006. And Real Madrid 2009 is another game. That whole game.
Yeah, I don't think the goal was anywhere near as good as some of the others, but the occasion was one of the best.
Napoli's not on there. There's another thing. I'm going to put Napoli down as well.
Was Marseille on there?
Marseille is not on there.
That's a fucking unbelievable goal. That's ridiculous.
Okay, so your favourite goal is West Ham.
Yeah.
Your favourite goal, Sheffield Wednesday. I think West Ham might be my favourite. Goal. It's just impossible. It's just impossible.
It's stupid.
It's an impossible goal.
It's not. You're deciding between what type of goal as well.
Oh God, yeah.
Sometimes you just look at it and go, "Oh, that one's slightly better than that," but they're all the same. Steven Gerrard's got everything.
Yeah, I think Istanbul header's got to be in there.
Yeah,
because it's. I mean, for a start, it's ridiculous.
It's stupidly good.
Ridiculously stupid.
You don't score headers from there.
I think maybe we've got to think about it from this regard of like, can we almost get to have a definitive top 5? It's like, what's his best long range strike? It's got to be West Ham because it's fucking 40 yards out and it's on the half volley and it's the FA Cup
I would
final.
class his long range volleys and drilled shots as completely different long ranges.
So,
I think you've got to have a Southampton or a Newcastle or United long range.
Pile driver. 2001 United should be in this list, I think.
Okay.
West Ham, Istanbul.
The West Ham one I don't actually think is technically as good as the Middlesbrough one, to be honest. I don't.
Doesn't bounce, Chris. The Middlesbrough one is outrageous. I get it. It's brilliant as well. I'd love the Marseille to be in it.
You win a cup off the back of it, so it trumps the Middlesbrough one. I'll agree.
And Olympiacos as well. Oh my God, this is so hard.
So, West Ham. There's no particular order just yet. West Ham, FA Cup final. Istanbul, AC Milan header. Manchester United, 2001, 01. Sheffield Wednesday.
I think maybe Southampton and Newcastle ones are better than the United one, but it's not against United.
Sheffield Wednesday.
It's his best dribbly goal.
It's his best that. And then just the Villa free kick because it's a free kick.
Yeah.
Or can we put Newcastle as the free kick?
Newcastle could be the free kick.
We are doing the Marseille goal such a this.
I don't even remember the Marseille goal.
It's the one. It's
the one where he crosses it into the top bin.
No, Marseille. Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson round the corner.
Yeah, let's just say it was a cross and I've done, and then we don't need to put it in.
There's so many goals. The Middlesbrough goal is stupid. I think the Middlesbrough goal is better than the Newcastle goal.
I just said that.
No, the Newcastle goal.
Oh, right, okay. The Newcastle.
I still think United's the best drilled one because of where the ball is. The ones that it's out in front of me that you're meant to go and whack that. This ball's there, and for some reason, it's
the Southampton one is a fucking shit pitch. It's fucking mud. He's 40 yards from goal, and it goes into the top bin.
It's stupid.
He's much further out. He's drilled it further for longer.
Okay, so let's just say enshrined.
Okay, Istanbul,
West Ham.
They're the two enshrined.
Sheffield Wednesday?
That's a personal preference thing, and I'd understand it if you didn't like it.
I love that goal.
I'm in, yeah.
So there's 3 cast. It's already on the tablet that we're going to bring down from on high here. 3 of the 5 immutable. We've got 2 more slots left.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah.
Olympiacos probably needs to be in this list,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it has to be. It has to be.
I think
It has to be.
Okay. So what we're saying then is we've got, for our last spot is between Manchester United, 2001, Newcastle,
Villa,
Marseille, Villa free kick,
I'd still throw Southampton into the mix.
Southampton,
Middlesbrough.
That's six,
One of the
6 or 7.
Evertons.
Both the Evertons.
I think, okay, of all those goals, I think the Marseille one's the best, but I could be talked into the Middlesbrough one because it's outrageous how far out he is.
The volley.
The volley from
The
like,
one where he chests it down and then sort of touches it with the tip of his penis and then
volleys
just
it
hits
down the
and
corner.
it goes, it's miles away, and it bends like
Can
a fucking
we
banana.
just put it up here in front of us just quickly so we can watch a couple of these back?
No.
I think it's important. I think it's important.
I
You can pick the fifth one. You're the host one.
I think you should both made a strong case. Are you happy with that?
I think the Middlesbrough one's sensational.
We're gonna. It's probably best not to think on. This is a bit like filling the lifeboats on the Titanic. This, isn't it?
Yeah. It's think about who you've saved, not who you've lost.
Exactly. Focus only on what we've managed to do.
Sorry, Marseille. Sorry, Everton goals.
Not what we've lost here. And may God have mercy on their souls. All those wonderful goals.
Fight for yourselves.
Who did we lose? We gained Marseille, Middlesbrough. That's fine. That's it.
Shh,
We don't speak about it. Yeah, we don't speak about it.
So, of the 5 that we've got, West Ham,
Yeah.
Istanbul,
Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday,
It's like a who's who of Gerrard goals.
Middlesbrough.
Olympiacos.
Olympiacos.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough.
Use both like West Ham. I'd be comfortable going West Ham number 1.
Okay, let's go bottom to top then. Number 5.
It's outrageous that the goal against fucking Olympiacos might be number 5 in this list.
I think Steve's right.
Probably
I think
is.
it is.
It's not. Oh, God.
It's iconic, but
Oh
like,
my God, the feelings though.
Are we talking technically or like the feels? Let's describe that. Don't say both because that doesn't help the situation.
But honestly,
Right. What are they again?
Olympiacos,
Yeah.
Middlesbrough,
Sheffield,
AC Milan, Sheffield Wednesday,
West Ham.
That's
West
the order.
Ham.
Olympiacos,
5,
Middlesbrough,
Middlesbrough,
AC Milan,
AC Milan,
Chef Wednesday.
Sheffield
West Ham.
Sheffield Wednesday 2.
Yeah.
Over Olympiacos. I'd be putting Sheffield Wednesday probably 5th in this, if I'm being honest.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, I'm
Sheffield
I'm fine
Wednesday
with that. It
5th,
doesn't matter to me.
Middlesbrough or Olympiacos 4th.
All right, the Middlesbrough goal is a better goal. The Olympiacos goal
Is a better
It
goal.
hits me in the feels.
Yeah.
So let's put Middlesbrough.
4, Olympiacos 3,
Istanbul
2,
West Ham 1.
West Ham 1.
I can go. I can live with that.
I personally think Istanbul's too high.
I don't. It's okay. I can't. It's again.
I'm judging it on the goal.
Yeah, I'm judging on the feels.
No, but on the goal as well. He's on the edge of the 18-yard box and he headers a ball with no pace.
We should have done an equation.
I understand how it worked. I remember it
No,
very well.
but I'm just spelling it out just in case, because it feels like you've forgotten how good a goal it was.
Maybe
The others are better.
He directs the header. He turns the ball to a completely on 45-degree, moves
get
it
it.
on
The others
into
are better.
the far top corner.
I'm not debating
in
that it was a good
Champions
goal,
League
by the
final.
way. I'm not debating it was a good goal. I'm just saying.
The other one,
Not
he
even the best
slaloms past Des Walker and against Sheffield
Hey,
Wednesday.
listen, it's definitely not the best goal in Champions League final history.
It's not, but it's not. It can't be far off.
It's not top 3.
What I'd say is we should have
It's not as good as
we
Zidane's
should have done a
volley.
ranking of like mark out of 10 for how good the goal
Madden's.
was, and then a mark out of 10 for feels.
He's not even got the best Scousers goal in Champions League final.
We should have done a mark out of 10 for the goal, a mark out of 10 for the absolute vibes of the goal, and then got a rating score.
Nah, that is right.
West Ham wins.
But we've
because
been going for an hour and 40 minutes, so maybe we should do this before. This is the pre-planning.
It's nice that we talked about that's why West Ham's won, because it's 10 for the goal and 10 for the feels.
Yes.
Istanbul's like a 7 and a 10, little 17 mark. Olympiacos.
Oh, look, 7. I wasn't going that low. I was going 8.
Olympiacos.
He's just give
Technically.
Istanbul
Or
7
vibes.
for the goal.
Oh no, sorry. Okay, fair enough.
10 for the vibes.
Istanbul is a 10 out of 10 header.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's only so much you can do with a header.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly.
There you go. We've
And
worked
the
it
fact
out.
that he managed to do that.
Yeah,
We
but
are the
like,
voice.
The only
for
header
me,
that comes close in Liverpool history is Alisson Becker in terms of that.
I think
Gerrard's is
a
a better
header's
header.
worth half as much as a fucking an unbelievable volley.
Okay, well,
so it's a 5 out of 5
that's
header,
horseshit, Chris.
but a 10 out of 10
Horseshit.
volley.
Heads and volleys literally gives you 1 point for the volley, and how much for the head?
1.
2 points for the head, double the amount of points, because it's much harder to score a header than it is to score with your feet.
So we have
it's football.
Yeah,
have
but
got the
there's not
definitive
like
list.
there's
We've
a
got it,
big
Chris.
difference between a fucking P-roller and a fucking 40-yard volley. The headers are all the same. They're all just the same.
That is
I take
nonsense. I take umbrage with your headers are all the same.
Nonsense.
I take it honestly.
Sadio Mane, Aston Villa, Steven Gerrard, Istanbul.
Yeah, just a header.
Couldn't be any
Just
more
hits it with his head,
different.
doesn't he?
Couldn't
Just
be any
hits it
more.
with his head.
Shut up. Right, that is our definitive list. Let us know yours in the comments. Do you agree or disagree? What are your thoughts on those that were left behind?
There were none left behind.
Yeah, good.
I don't know. Our elite mentality, they're gone.
Steven Gerrard's 181 goals have just disappeared into the ether.
Yeah.
Like Thanos clicked his fingers on them and they've all just floated away.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the debate as well, make sure you drop a like on the video. Always much appreciated. And we've got loads more debates on big things around Liverpool. We've got an entire series called The Debate Show on redmenplus.com. It's currently on hiatus, but we've got a great load of that in the archive on redmenplus.com, so make sure you get involved with that.
Thank you for watching that video. We all love Jurgen Klopp, don't we? So why don't you go over to redmenplus.com, sign up as a club captain or club legend, and you can get my reaction to our beloved manager, Jurgen Klopp. So yeah, head over there, sign up, and get the press conference reaction show. Nice one. Have a good day.